Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I am once again, well, kind of, sort of, joined by my good friend Jay in spirit, if not body. He picked up a space bug somewhere, and his can only watch. How you doing, Jay?
Well, here anyways. Be the drone on your shoulder.
Yeah, he's gonna be that little voice that whispers in my head, kill them all. Yes, we are back today. Jay can unfortunately not join me in a physical presence, but he will be riding shotgun, so to speak. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to have a full-on build day today. Discussing things. Between episodes, we've discovered that we need some way of finding a lot of silver. And the ore detectors that you get for small grid suck. So we are going to build ourselves a scouting machine. So I'm gonna head back to the Vaughn, our new base, the Vaughn base. Where is that? There it is. They're Vaughn Brothers, where we have our refinery and assembler all set up. And we're going to be building a nice truck that hopefully will solve our silver problem for us. Here's home.
Yeah, there you are.
Oop. Okay, we have got to get rid of that drill machine. We have got to get rid of that thing.
Yeah, that thing's got to come out of there.
Or at least, yeah, I think, or at least fix it, grind it, whatever. But we have to deal with something. Slap a battery on it to move it. At the very least. All right. Now I think mine is still parked in there. Yep, mine is still parked in there. Wow, the weather just insists on being shit today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's a good idea. It is a build day.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get yours out of the way because I want to be doing my building in here. Oh, that yeah, no, that's does that work for me still? Maybe. I'm just sorry. I had what is that? See that red circle? 1.3 kilometers away. And as soon as I disconnect from the base, it disappears. That's interesting. What is Vaughn Brothers? Okay, so something in there we don't own yet, because we're still getting a red signal here. I'm going to ignore that little red signal unless it's because, oh no, it's because I made it red. Ha 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 ha! High visibility. It worked. That's better. Okay. Oh my God, this weather permeates everything. Okay, so what I'm basically thinking I'm gonna do after I weld these guys up, because this is annoying and has been annoying me for several days now, is I'm gonna be building myself a bit of a flatbed truck. And on the back of that, I'm gonna be slapping on a large ore detector. And we're gonna see if my brain power and reality have agreement after I do some. In honor of Jay not being here, I'm gonna actually paint something. Okay. I kind of want to get some light in here, so let's get the work area set up here a little bit better. So we'll get some lights in here and. Okay, so I want to get these light settings copied here, so we're going to do that, and then just paste. See if we can at least override some of the fog here. There we go. All right, so first thing I need to do
that's a little more
is
human.
we're going to get ourselves a small grid conversion. So we're going to use a hinge. So I'll need one of those on the old toolbar. And we'll drop. Come on.
It doesn't want to go there.
What are we running out of? Well, silver. Assembly, we don't have any kind of quota system on there yet. We just need to order up some steel plates here. Off we go. Okay, now that we got some steel plates actually operating, need some steel tubes. We'll do up 100 of those.
Large and small.
100 of those, and while I'm here,
Comps.
Yeah. All right, that should get me going. There we go. So I can at least put the damn thing up in place.
There we are.
I do not want it falling, so I'm going to weld that. I am going to grind this off first. And we need to add a medium
converter.
medium head. Okay. And I'm going to lock this, even though it's not built. It should still work locked. Okay. Can I have the rest of my stuff now? No. Why? Why not? What are you doing? What's your problem? What are we out of? I think we're out of iron. Gee, I wonder where I can find some iron. Yep, we're out of iron. So we'll just run outside the back door here.
About the drill.
Yeah, this is actually about where that stupid drill machine would work, to be honest. But as long, I guess it's right there, so I can just quickly collect up whatever iron and stone I knock out of the wall here.
Full.
Yeah, I think this should get me hopefully enough to get a rover built. It's not like I'm building a freaking battleship or something. Huh. Actually enough oxygen for me to work with my mask up. Cool. All right.
Well, it should be.
Hey, how you doing
This
in
is
here
a
now?
green world.
Yeah. Okay, so those are reactor. That's the amount of reactor components we still need.
Yeah, which is a ton.
I think there's still a bunch of speed
1,900
modules.
of the brutes.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of speed modules that wouldn't hurt to get welded up as well. Worst thing is that I don't know why I'm so fixated on getting that welded.
No comment.
Can I get some more steel plates again? Almost gonna need to build a second assembler too. All right, there we go. So now I can actually start building the ship. Okay, so let's get into a neutral.
Get into that flat gray color.
Yeah. And I need a bunch of steel plates. And we start with that.
Yep. There we go.
Now, the only the thing I have an issue with is I don't like the fact that the connector is down this low.
So low.
Yeah. But what I'm kind of got, this is going to be a sizable machine. I mean, that's where we're building it. Because it needs to carry a large ass ore detector on the back. So what I'm thinking is grabbing in with one of these, again, as soon as I have the parts necessary. So I'll drop one of these in. I cannot.
That's a medium container, isn't it?
That's a junction.
Oh,
So I'm going to put in a conveyor junction because I want to change direction.
Ah, okay.
Because I want to get on top of it. So what I'm going to put in is another one of those. I just need to get some elevation because we have no freaking jetpacks. So we're going to put in.
A ramp.
Yep. Because then I'm going to come in with another one of these. To get the parts.
Oh, that's
for
where
it.
you're going to set the base level for the truck, right?
That is, yeah. Interior plates. Can I have some interior plates now, please? And let's order up a couple more hundred. There we go. Okay. So we're going to put one of these up here. Like that. And we are going to...
Then a module.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna either space it out, but yeah, I'm gonna go straight to one of these cargo.
Modular unit you're using, or what? Just
Yeah,
a square box?
well, no, I'm gonna use one of the modular ones because we're gonna need some width anyway. So I figure if I go like that,
Yeah, there's a thought.
yeah, just make sure it's centered on the connector. So if I go like that, why am I crouching? I don't want to crouch. And then I grab.
Make sure that you have enough room to turn to so you can get out the bloody door.
I'll grind a wall away if I need to. Because then we can. I'm going to grab the chassis under here. So we'll put support, and then I'm going to come back. It's about there. Actually, nope. The height here is going to be a real problem, that connector being that low.
Yeah, I don't like where that connector sits.
We almost need to put another connector above it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Put in a high boy.
Yep, I'm gonna leave this one here, obviously, for the smaller trucks, but I need a high boy up here. I'm just gonna get rid of this one temporarily. Yeah, she's gonna fall out, so I can get to here. Yeah, cool, the assembler's right there.
So you should be able to stuff one right inside.
Yeah, I could stuff a freaking assembler in there too. Alright, one of those. One of those. One of those, and then I'm down here.
And set.
Yeah. Because that way we have access to cargo on this side as well as this side, so when vehicles are parked in there. Yeah, let's get this stuff welded. Oh, I need to make sure I can get that welded as well.
Yeah.
Why isn't it working?
She did welding, you dummy.
Okay, and just to make sure. Yeah, that's good.
Yep, you're plugged in.
Awesome. Okay, that's much better. So we'll start right from the scratch. So once again, we are going to need
A hinge.
hinge.
Or rotor or something.
Yeah, let's clear some of this stuff out here. So we're going to need, what do we got down here? That is our wheel suspension, right? So I might as well set up my toolbar while I'm at it. All right. And then that's a connector, that's that, that's that, that's that. Perfect. Okay, once more from the top. One of those. Get rid of that.
Put in the small adapter.
Add a hinge lock while I'm here. Add medium head. And weld up. And there we go. Okay. Like I say, this guy is going to be a bit of a brute, but that is all right. I don't mind him being a bit of a brute. And I gotta come back by one.
Yeah.
Okay, get our connector up in there.
You build from the connector forward.
I like to
That's your
because
style.
yeah, yeah. I see, most people seem to do it from the ground up. I like making sure I can start filling tanks, charging batteries. I know at some point my vehicle is going to need to connect to the connector, so it's a way of guaranteeing that you're at least close to the height. Like if you're too close to the ground, you might not be able to get your wheels to place in, but if you're only like one block above, it's still going to be lined up for getting this guy into place.
Yeah.
All right. Now we can put in one of these. And this way I can actually probably get away with using 5x5 wheels. And I think
Don't forget, you got to get this thing out of here
Yeah, no, I mean...
without too badly trashing the building.
Yeah, as long as I don't go too high, there's quite a bit of space, and it's a pretty wide opening, and we can always widen the opening, right? Like, you know, just cut the angle here. Instead of having this round piece here, we can go like 45 across
the pillar.
there.
Yeah,
And
we can remove the pillar.
yeah, so I'm not too worried about that. You can always grind and dig your way out of any little mess. Okay. So then we can put our spine in here. That will be the
Keel.
yeah.
Or in this case, the support chassis.
Yeah, center
You're not
chassis.
building a ship.
And if we go 3 wide, then we can see at least how big of a wheel I'm gonna get away with. While I'm here, I'm also gonna throw some cockpits up here, and 100%, as always, trucks get the industrial. Yeah, the industrial cockpit is the one that's the most finicky to get
Yeah.
placed where you want it. Well, just to get it in the right position, it can be a little bit of a pain. All right, put one there. I'm assuming we're probably at some point gonna want to have another one. Why won't you
Just
connect
remember
there?
to set one as drive only.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get some stuff welded up here. Molly,
No.
the howling chihuahua. Oh, shoot.
What?
A boo-booed. I got these things on 90 degrees wrong. Because these need to line up. That's why I wasn't...
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why every once in a while I stop and start welding. Because I know I've screwed something up somewhere. Or a very high chance if I've screwed up somewhere. Okay, then I can come in with my medium or modular cargo. Right there.
Put in your keel.
Yeah.
Your wheels. Or undercarriage, as the case may be.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah, 3x3 wheels would do the job, but I want to kind of see if I can possibly get some 5x5s underneath this thing. So, you know, having the extra height's not going to
Make her a little more off-road capable.
It's carrying, you know, a giant
An
friggin'
ore
ore
detector.
detector on its ass or on its back, so I think it could use the extra support.
That, plus it's not going to be driving the roads mainly, it's going to be prospecting, which means all over Hell's Half Acre.
Yeah, that is a definite 100% point.
So yeah, you want to, I think, put the big kid wheels on.
Okay, so let's see what kind of wheels we can fit under here now. So this is on the right-hand side, so that is 5x5. Oh,
It's snug, boy.
Oh, it's just perfect.
It's snug.
I actually need to bring it in a little bit, but the main thing is the height's good.
The height works.
Now let's try that again. Let's see if we bring it in by 1. Yep, that'll work. Yep, there we go.
So we know the wheels fit just. That's a little tight, man.
That's perfect, to be honest. That is, I couldn't have actually planned it better. Because the connector is at the perfect height and the wheel is just clearing the ground. So that means with just a little bit of suspension
Yeah, there's
adjustment.
only going to be a bit of slip between the connectors.
Yeah. Now, of course, got to make sure I got everything up the right side up, and there goes the next one.
All right. run your keel or run your undercarriage.
Oop, accepted.
How many sets are you gonna do? 4 or 6?
I'm going for 8 wheels.
Okay, so you're going full BT Ardle method.
Well, all of our vehicles are 8 wheels.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Oh,
8
yeah.
wheel. And they're incredibly stable, so I thought I'd stay with that.
Yeah.
Unless
That's
because
why I
I'm-
like.
Go ahead.
That's why I like the 6 wheels. But yeah, 8 wheels. Go for it.
Well, the only issue with 8 wheels, of course, is then, will they fit in that particular length, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
Which-
the other. That's why I'm thinking the 6 wheels, because you still got to get that thing out of here.
Yeah, it's going to be 6 wheels. Because I don't want to go and get any
Yeah.
longer than that. Okay, I might not even be able to get my flat deck on the back of this thing. Might have to go just straight to the ore detector from here.
Well, put the ore detector on the nose.
No. There's a reason why I put that particular connector there, or cargo container there. It's because then I can put the connector right here,
Oh, okay.
and then the ore detector hopefully will sit back here.
Sit in the back.
I might have to drop the frame a little bit, but let's find out. Oh, actually, I gotta put a large. Oop. I'm stuck on a wheel. So that sits there. I then grab a large. Okay, this might be. I'm gonna have to be clever with this one. So just like I did with the little guy.
Oh yeah, put a block up
Yep.
and then mount it on the block and plug it in.
That is exactly what my plan is going
Because
to
you're not
be.
going to be. Yeah, it's just going to flip straight to Tiny Boy.
Yeah, and just getting all the distances and everything here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. I'll have to back into. I'll have to. Yeah, no, that's fine. Sizes are bigger than they appear.
Nope, you got it. Not gonna fly, monkey.
Watch me. There we go. Okay.
Sucks.
Oh,
Donkey
I'm
dogs.
not happy about that at all. Oop, wrong button. So something like this. And we'll put a little. Little hold in place. Lock. Okay. I might have to put in the 8th wheel. Yep, I'm gonna have to put in the 8th wheel. And then we're gonna have to Austin power this thing out of here.
That could be entertaining in its own right.
Oh, it'll be fun, all right. What's the spacing I got?
About a half block spacing.
Yeah, like that. Switch to the left side, and like that. All right, so that's the basic idea I had for the trucks. I mean, obviously the ore detector is going to come forward a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll have to like put up some sort of block and then kind of back everything in. I don't think it's close enough for the magnet to grab it.
Oh, for the magnets to kick in.
Yeah, so I may have to just kind of have like a stick to poke into it, and then once I get this thing running back into it. But why did you not grab a wheel? Why did you not make a wheel? Give me a wheel. All right. Let's try maybe rebuilding it. That might have been in the way. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there's your tread.
Yep. Let's get these guys back into place. There we go. And like so. Okay. Thoughts, ideas, observations.
Batteries.
Well, yeah, obviously gonna need to put batteries and that kind of stuff in there yet. But overall, for the design concept,
That works.
okay.
It doesn't have to be fancy. It's just it has to survive the trip and find shit.
Yep, and that looks like a really good spot for batteries. So we'll put one. If I can get it in here. Okay, I'll have to give myself, all right, nope. No, you know what time it is now? Time to start doing some welding.
Yeah.
Okay, can I fit these under here? I have the plan to, but will it actually work? Not quite. No, okay. Where else do we have? What are the spaces? Well, I guess actually on either side of the connector would work. Yeah, right there. Grab a couple of warfares.
Black.
I want to see the charging status, so we'll make sure we have the lights going out. And I think 2 batteries should be enough. I hope.
Full-size brutes, yeah.
Yeah. Like that. Okay, that is a serviceable vehicle. They're going to be, I need to put the gyro and stuff on there, but for now,
Well, that can be put on as afterward.
yeah. And if need be, I can now move this thing. Oh,
Well, once you get the batteries in.
let's get some power going in too. How are we doing on production here? We are not doing on production.
Because we're out.
Yeah. Gravel. Yeah, we're out of iron again. See, this is where you really notice that other person missing.
Yeah, because you can have somebody
Mining.
do the dog's body work.
Really think I'm gonna go get that drill machine up and running.
Inventory full.
Just build an outside connector for it.
Yeah. At least to charge it. I gotta, throw a temporary battery on it. And then, yeah, as you say, just throw an outside connector on there. Doesn't even need to be a big battery. Let's go. Let's actually go look at that. Oh, wait, I think, actually, I just need to get it down to this garage.
No, there's no charger down there. Remember?
Oh, right, that's just goes straight through into the cave.
Yeah.
Never mind. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't ours, is it? This isn't one that we're
No.
actually using.
No.
That's not the one with the survival kit.
No, this is their. They had 2 of these bloody things. We stole one.
Yeah, this thing's got batteries that I can use to charge the drill unit
You're not crashing into the
when I'm
shit.
not driving into the things. Yeah, I'll just use this to charge up the drill machine. Because those 2 parked there are
in the way.
our new machine, or our actual driving machine.
Whoa! And you just trashed the connector. Jesus, you may be a good pilot, but you suck as a driver.
Shush you.
Inventory full.
You know what? Sometimes you can just slam those things, and sometimes if you look at them crossly, they'll just explode on you.
They go bang.
Especially when you're trying to park on a hill here. Okay, when all is on fire.
Yeah, you destroyed both connectors.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're gonna do it,
Do it well.
go big or go home, man. Oh, and you're still not parked close enough, are you, you 2 buggers?
Nope.
Come on, be close. Be close enough.
Yeah, you ain't close enough, but
There we go.
oop, there we go.
Okay.
Now change
I'll
battery
put-
state to draw.
Yeah. Kill its lights. Spotlights. Warning lights. Spotlights off. Warning lights off. Battery. These guys and recharge.
Yeah, they're all little batteries, I bet.
Yep. Yeah, once we get this thing, once we get this thing kind of mobile, I'm gonna probably have to move these guys because that way I can slap the drills connector basically right there. And if
The hole be filled.
yep, and then it becomes a parking space. Is that we can put the connector there?
Charging station.
Yep. Okay. Now back to here. You managed to manufacture the things I asked you to manufacture. Because you did have some resources with the battery. That's really what I want to get going, is at least one battery. Yep, power cells didn't get made.
Power cells. Oh, you need nickel for the power cells. Don't think you have any.
No, they're getting made.
Oh, they're getting made. Okay.
See, the number's going down.
Yeah. Okay, it is dropping.
So the refinery is trying to, pull stuff
up.
in. Yeah. What do you mean? I just made 20 power cells, didn't I? Yeah, that says power cell, right? That's power cell. Can I have my 20 power cells? Where do my power cells go?
You have room. Those things are heavy.
Where do the freaking power cells go? I don't know where my power cells went.
Do an inventory search.
I did. They're not there.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna grab some stone here. Because I also need silicon.
Inventory full.
And I think I am gonna pipe this in because if the drill machine is there, it wouldn't hurt to have it actually deposit its.
Yeah.
And the refinery is just
Right
inside
off.
that. Well, then the refinery's right in here,
Yeah.
right? Like that's the refinery, so it wouldn't.
There,
be-
there it is. Yeah, and it's all connected. It's all piped.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be that hard to do. One of these. One of them. And then I gotta run around. Yeah. We definitely have to do some cleaning up here for getting around.
Yeah.
There's just random holes going everywhere, and at this point, that in there, that in there. I just covered the pipe I'm trying to bring out. Wait, are we ever going to walk back here? Probably not, especially after I take this out of here. Action. Come on, just let me get this shit done. Don't make me go hand welding. Drill again. Yeah, it's gonna make me hand drill again.
Inventory full.
I'm thinking that drill might actually have enough juice to,
Bring it in and do it.
well, at least to grab a quick
Quick bite.
and then park it up. So I think what I should do here is finish getting it piped. Let's like get the connector there. I can weld the pipes up after the fact. Do I want the connector sticking out or do I want the connector flush? Probably flush would be better. Just because it's a little bit of a tight space back here. I do want to get that built up so it can charge once I get a load of material. Okay. Battery, auto, G, connector. Switch lock. Locked. Handbrake off. That is a freaking tight fit.
Yeah, that is.
All right. So it's got pistons on those drills, so I should be able to just park up here. Point it right. I want to make sure I'm also catching a little bit of that. We angle down a touch. Yeah, well, in a minute. Okay.
And you're eating.
Yep, okay, handbrake on. A bit forward. That's not gonna do. I don't want to be holding buttons down. Oh, this thing has a gyro. No, it's on a gyro override. That is an overridden gyro. Okay. Nope. Drills. There is a group. Good. So G7 drill. Toggle block on and off. Thank you. 7. Those pistons are pushing way too fast.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah.
You want to put that governor on those pistons by about half.
Yeah. 5.1 usually gives a pretty good rate. And we're just about full already. And that is full. Withdraw the pistons. Turn the drills off. And let's see if I can't get this thing to park. I have no idea how close I am to that at the moment. Yeah, gotta come over a little bit. Let's see if we can't get this thing to actually finally get my motors. Am I actually getting motors? I got my motors finally! At least for the connector. Really? You're gonna tease me like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point I should have just built a piston and throw a big drill on the end of it. Did you light up yellow? Of course not. Why would you do that? Maneuver here. And I'm gonna have to put a little bit more flooring in. This, okay, you know what? Nope, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not wasting my time with this. Stupid ass.
Let's scrap it.
Nope. It's a break. I still want my resources, so I'm just gonna go. Them. One of them. Especially when you have build vision. Ooh, actually, hang on. Do you not have any steel plates anymore? No, we got lots of steel plates. Oh, piping's not connected. That's why I have to finish.
Yeah,
the
you
piping.
know, I was about to ask you if you
I still got a couple of
pick
pipes.
in the sucker.
Yeah, I got a couple of pipes that are still unconnected in the in between there. But I just do want to get a second drill in here. Turn it on. Turn my piston back on. Get me my resources. And I'm going to empty this thing. And at some point also then push it down the shaft. I'm so lonely, feel so lonely. That is not how the song goes at all. Alright, that should give me lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of resources now. Let's see what the refinery's working on. Let's get the refinery chewing on the old stone there. Because that'll give us nickel, silicon, and that's the kind of that's all the stuff that we need. Because there's a bunch of bulletproof glass that needs to be called up. Let's order up another 1,000 steel plates. A few hundred of those. A few hundred of those. Still need my power cells. Some of them. Some of them. Wait a minute, you got lots of iron. Why are you having trouble with your iron? Inventory's not full. Let's see what the assembler's got to say for itself. Yeah, inventories aren't full anywhere. Okay, I should be able to get the battery on this thing made now. Yeah. See, that's one of the things I do like about using Izzy's inventory manager. Is it keeps your assemblers and whatnot clear because it automatically shuffles and sorts. Oh, come on, power cells. Production and power cells. Let's get you up front. Come on, there we go. All right, that has got that. All right, we're finally starting to get on top of things here. So let's order up another couple of 1,000 of those, a few hundred of these, a few hundred of these, a few hundred of those, a few hundred of those, a few hundred of those, 100 of those. And get back to my welding. All right, so the infrastructure is more or less in place now.
Better.
Yeah, at least we got some resources in there now. I still need my power cells. Okay, so I want that. I want that. Oh, guess I can just grab a wheel right when I'm sitting here. Make sure everything gets made. And still need my power cells. To the top of the list with you. That actually grabbed. Oh, look at that. It actually grabbed everything. That means I can come out from underneath.
Well, you still got to do the keel.
Well, at least, yeah, but I'm kind of trying to get the mechanical. Then I'll go through, because that's, I can just load up in a bunch of steel plates, and steel plates are easy to create or get. So I'm just trying to get all the kind of more complex stuff. Something risky here. And we have to definitely stiffen up the suspension. Wheel. Oh, we need a name for this thing.
Dodge.
Dodge? Okay.
The dodgy dodge.
Dodgy dodge. Dodgy dodge. Alright. That'll work for me. Now, I'm hoping that if I just give it a little zip, I can force the connection. But you just did. So now we can attach our ore detector. I'm going to change this connector out for a regular one because I can't see the ring.
Yeah.
So we're going to put in a normal one. We're also going to paint it dark gray. Get you welded up. I'm also going to name you. So this is definitely a dodgy connector. Connector front. Oops. I didn't do it for the rest. Okay. So to name my cockpit. So this is main cockpit. It is in fact the main cockpit. Main cockpit, handbrake on off. Connector. G connector front. I need a switch lock. And I am wedged on that. Oh, God. That's because we're attached
That.
to the ceiling still. Which is why my little plan worked so well, because that whole thing couldn't move even if it wanted to. Oh, now you're carrying the weight.
Go into your wheel group. Oh no, you can. Okay, it'll connect.
Yep. Still want to get more strength into the wheels, I think. I'm going to have to disconnect to do it, though. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to make adjustments and then release and have the thing suddenly fly into the air because there was all this spring tension built up.
And they're done that.
Uh-huh. Again, ask me how I know. Height offset. I'll get you a full 50 centimeters. Yeah, that didn't really do anything, so I think 50% strength, because I still want some bounce in my step.
Yeah.
I think that will do. How's things going over here? Things are actually moving. Still not doing good on silicon here, though. I'm not sure why I need that much bulletproof glass to begin with. Keep making detector components, please. Well, I'd say it's about 90% of what I had in mind. Or envisioned, yeah. But all the... oh. Uh-oh. Now I am definitely stuck. Down the downstairs.
Inventory full.
Oh, got Doom Voxel. Wow, that is a real Doom Voxel.
Yeah.
Inventory full.
Yeah, I know. I'm dropping shit everywhere. There it goes. Whew. Those things are dangerous. Can I get out of here now? Yes, I can. I kind of realized that it might be convenient to have,
Subfloor action.
yeah, basically a grease pit. There, that's better. Now I can actually move around down here. Get everything nice and welded up. And it even gives me room to do this, which I was not even considering squatting underneath it. And there's the second battery.
Sure, the one on the other side's done?
Energy low.
Oh, okay. You might want to go sit in the cockpit for a second.
Oh, I got a little bit of time. I'm not nearly dying yet.
Sorry.
I'm not even close to dying yet. I still got a whole 23%. You know I gotta wait it until at least 1%. Ooh, standing on the wheels just does some really funky things to your rubber banding. Can I get through? Yes, I can. Yay! And get this side welded up, and then I'll go sit in the cockpit. I think that is it. The Scout, I think, is done.
Yeah.
Batteries.
Set up your ore detector.
Yeah, and get my batteries all making sure they're in a group. So this is dodgy batteries. Ore detector. It's at 150s, that's good. I'm gonna put it on my toolbar. So first thing is battery. Dodgy batteries. Recharge on and off. Ore detector. Toggle block on and off. Needs some lights on it. We got our cargo there. So we got good cargo access there. I guess I should put the batteries on to recharge. Make sure they're both synced up. Recharge. There we go. That's better. I need to do some extra.
Getting that thing out of there, you might have to fill in that grease pit.
Oh yeah, that's a point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Because the minute you turn, you're gonna lock a wheel.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pretty much have to turn right away as well.
Oh yeah.
Do I really need it still? I'm gonna keep it there. So I'm just gonna throw some temporary catwalks across. If I can. Yeah, we'll do it this way. There we go. That should be fine.
Yeah, that should be all right. You should lock up a wheel and.
Well, the other, only one wheel will be a problem. There's another bunch of wheels there to support it now. But we do need to get certain. Oh, I do need to. Get these names so I can get my steering and everything set up properly. Realized I never finished my sentence. Right front, right rear, right 3, and we get the last wheel named here to right 2, and then I can go get them set up. Wheels. What is that? Random thing my fingers just did. Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, neither do I. Let's first get a group. So, dodgy wheels, because everything about this thing is freaking dodgy.
Yeah.
Okay. Left wheel front. So left front, left right. You are going to be steering, but you are not going to do any braking. I'm going to set you to 30. I'm going to take the 5x5 out of all these other names that I didn't. So I can actually see what the hell they are. There we go. Oh, I did the rears. Oh, I got that backward. That's the rear. That's the front. That's the front. These are the guys that... No braking. And 30% steering. The rear ones are going to do braking, but they're only going to have 10% of the steering. And then these guys are going to do braking, propulsion, but no steering. Let's disconnect from the charge just to see how much charge I have. It looks like I got a reasonable amount. Yeah, it's going to be definitely a treat getting out of here. Oh, man. Not lined up anymore. There we go. All right, that's it. We're going to leave this thing here to charge. I want it fully charged.
Before we start futzing with it.
It is now definitely nighttime. So I think we're going to call it there. we'll get the survival kit moved out in the next episode. Hopefully you will be able to join me at that point in time. But
Yes.
there we go. So we got our survey vehicle. It has some storage so we can carry cargo if we come across something as we're wandering around the wilds of this planet. We got a little bit more infrastructure set up. We got some resources built in. Easily modifiable drill hill to get more iron. So I think, we reasonably got at least what we wanted to get accomplished today.
Basic work.
We need to get the rest of the turbines up. So, I mean, there's lots of work that still needs to be done. But a lot of that also relies on us finding silver. So that's where we're going to leave it for today. Once again, thanks everyone for watching. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit the old like button. You know the routine. If you're not subscribed yet, hey, good on you for watching it all the way to the end. Go ahead and hit the old subscription button. Hell, hit the notification button. We have the regular schedule of Saturdays streaming in the morning for Satisfactory, and in the afternoon we have the new episodes coming out. Hopefully next week Jason will be here in both body and in mind, as opposed to just the disembodied voice that he is today. But that's gonna do it. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day. Be good, be safe, and Jason, have yourself a great day.
You too, Hoss. You take care, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.